everybody, Elizabeth here on the Dandysoap channel. And what a great time to start getting our spring projects together. I got an overabundance of these tins at Christmas time, so I am actually going to be using this tin. And what we're going to do is we're going to make us a spring arrangement. I think you guys are really going to love it. I have a few items here just to give you some ideas. Additionally, I have some of the wooden dowels, the floral moss, burlap, and to save time on changing this into a white with a grayish background, I have some contact paper, and this speeds that process up real quick. So I'm going to clear this off and let's get started. To simplify my task, I'm basically going to cut about 4 1/4 inches off of this contact paper. Now having this abundance will make it easier to put extra over the edges. That way, once I start decorating the inside of my container, this will be covered. For me, I basically take my contact paper and I go just beyond the seam. And then that way, it just makes rolling it around very easy. Using my white Waverly chalk, I've estimated that I'm probably going to need about 3 wooden dowels for my project. Now, using 3 of the Easter eggs, I got this glacier blue that I had gotten a while back from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to make these a lighter blue like robin's eggs. I got these bunny pics from the Dollar Tree, and I want at least one of these bunnies in my little centerpiece. So I'm basically going to pick out the best one, and I'm probably going to paint it white. Now I got these eggs at Target in their dollar spot. They have white, black, and the wooden, and these are real wood, guys, real wood. So I'm going to use one of the brown and one of the white as far as I know. I also have picked up these longer wooden dowels at Dollar General because I feel like I'm going to need that taller one for my topiary. And I'll need one of these larger styrofoam balls that I had gotten in a 3-pack at Walmart. I also have an assortment of ribbon as well as lace. And then I have my burlap available too. And I may just try to use that to go around my egg and make it look more earth tone. I also got my little rabbit painted, and I need to glue his eyes back on, and he is dry. Now I made me a little bow to put on my little bunny here. Now to get my eggs ready, I've taken my burlap ribbon. I'm actually going to remove the wire from out of this, and then I'm going to cut it in half and use half on one egg and half on the other. And that looks about halfway right there. Now we want to build our topiary. And I have this garland that I had gotten from the Dollar Tree around Christmas, and once again utilizing all my pieces that I just love. And this stuff is so gorgeous. I really, really like it, and it does a great job of covering this styrofoam ball. You do have the option of sticking it into the styrofoam, but I would recommend putting a little bit of glue there in order to make sure that it anchors really good. And you can start about anywhere on the ball. And to me, this just kind of helps get it all rolling. Start building our centerpiece. We have our pan that's covered with our shelf paper. And I have some styrofoam discs that I had got from Dollar Tree, along with the little mini 8-pack of the Play-Doh, and I'll be using those. So I'm only going to need one of these, and that's just so that I can have a surface to stick the dowel down in. And I also have these tin cans, and that will give it some height on the inside of this pan. Okay, now to set my pan up so that I can build up my centerpiece, I have my styrofoam. I also have this styrofoam that I cut to go on top of these cans, so it'll build it up. So basically, I'm going to glue these cans into the bottom, and then these cardboard pieces that I have made will help build that up. And then that way it'll have a flow to it, more height and a downward flow, almost like a waterfall effect. Our centerpiece, I have made me a little grapevine bird's nest, and I just need to fill it in a little bit. Bigger than I anticipated, but I think it's going to fit just fine. And so I'm basically going to take my little twigs here and place them strategically back and forth across the bottom of this reef. So we are now at the end of this project. I hope you guys love it. A total of $6.50 with a retail value of $45. And it just turned out absolutely beautiful. Now is the time to tell you that this is part of the Happily Thriving Heidi and 6 of our friends on the Friend Friday Hop. Don't forget that after you watch all of these projects to check the comment box and jump to the next person in line. I don't even know who's next in the hop. So for project number 2, and don't forget, project number 2 was inspired by one of the individuals in this hop. This is the Moss Bunny. Please be sure to check the comment box to find out who's next in line and watch all the next inspiring projects. So with this little project, I had a rabbit from the previous projects I had done, and I traced it onto the adhesive back moss sheet. I also had me a 5x7 frame. All of these items came from Dollar Tree, with the exception of this adhesive moss. I traced out my bunny onto the moss, cut it out, took all the guts out of the photo frame, and then I basically took and prepared the photo frame by gluing the cardboard to the frame backing. I applied burlap and then my moss bunny. Now she looks really nice, and I've added a little pom-pom for the fluff ball tail and made a buffalo check ribbon. Now I removed the wire from off of this ribbon and I made my tails, and that just topped it right off. He looks absolutely gorgeous. And then once I've placed it into the frame, I just wanted to make sure I adjusted it and everything fit well, and then I began gluing down that adhesive moss. And then make sure you scrub those metal letters and scruffy them up so that you get good adhesion. And then I glued Bunny to the top. And this frame is made to either hang or sit on its frame. The total cost was $3 and it will retail for $12. Our next project is the buffalo check carrot in the pocket bunny. You're going to love this. From Dollar Tree I took one of the wooden bunnies and the buffalo check fabric along with my scissors, and you will need some Mod Podge. Now the first thing is we're going to manipulate this bunny. The particular bunny I wanted to see his tail in the back and not sitting forward. So taking a pair of scissors you can easily cut through this wood. But when it gets to the more detailed stuff, if you feel like it, right here on the face, just score it with the razor knife and cut that little piece of wood off. Put a heavy coat of Mod Podge on there real good, then place your fabric. Once you rubbed it all down real smooth, cut off the excess. Put another coat on the top, and once that dries, you'll trim it up. Now I took the carrot and I went ahead and glued it, and I also put its cottontail on. And then I just took some burlap and kind of sketched out a pocket, glued it on there, and then I ended up tracing it out with some jute twine just to make it look more authentic and countrified. And this thing just turned out absolutely adorable. I added some ribbon about his neck, and then I just made sure I glued down that pocket, and I traced it back out with a black magic marker. For another touch, I added a little bow right at the top of his ear. And this thing is absolutely gorgeous. We have a total of $1.50 in this little sign, and it will retail for $10 to $15. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you coming along. You can save this to your playlist to watch later or in your craft ideas for spring. And please subscribe, and if you already have subscribed, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, go down, check the comment box, and see who's next in the hop. You're going to have a great time. Everything is there, and here is a preview of all the beautiful pieces along with the music. You guys, this is Elizabeth saying thank you for tuning in. Don't forget the